So this is a piece from Indian Creek. It's a plein air piece. The underpainting is gouache on 400 UArt paper. And it's a gorgeous day. I think I got a little bit tangled up in there being too much color. That happens in the fall. And also the creek is a difficult color. I like the way the creek led into the painting, but there's so much going on that you can't really figure it all out. And here's my reference photo, which doesn't really help a whole lot. Of course, with cameras, my camera skills, the shadows are all blocked up, not only in the woods, but the shadows on the creek. Now that shows you a little bit better of what the creek could look like without all those shadows. So now I have to figure out, what is my focus? What do I really want this painting to be about? When I first looked at it, what I wanted it to be about was the beginning color of the fall. The wonderful orange yellow that you can get in the maples down at Red River Gorge area. I wasn't that interested in the creek that much, except that it gave a nice lead in. So the creek could be made into just a field of weeds. So I've been working on this. I haven't been filming because when I'm really confused about where I'm going, it's hard to stop, film, and then get back into the groove. I'm trying to calm down a lot of the colors, although I'm using a lot of purple. Purple's a little bit of a neutral color. It's like using gray with just a little more color. Still got an awful lot of brightness right there. Point of interest, but might be too bright now for the rest of the pieces. And here's the reference photo again. I'm influenced a lot by a lot of different artists. I love to get Plein Air magazine, and I like to go through it and look at what other artists, what kind of color combinations other artists have used. When you get stuck, it's really helpful to do that. Pretty close to being done. I do have the brightest color on the maple tree, which was my intention. The water is definitely secondary or tertiary. Still got an awful lot of color in it, but then fall is like that. Fall has a lot of brilliant colors flashing all over the place. So it's always a good idea to just let something sit for a while and come back. I'm thinking about the tree trunks on the left are really light. Maybe that's taking your eye over into that area where I really want to keep your eye on the yellow maple tree. The final piece, I did darken these trees right here. Felt like they were taking attention away from this area, which is the most important area. Just darkened a few other things here and there. Oh, this tree branch going up through here was really, really dark, so I took some medium purple and went over it because it was a very dark tree up against very light. That makes a focus point. This was a plein air study that I had done earlier. Actually, no, it wasn't plein air. I did it in the studio from the reference photo. But what I was trying to do was focus down the information on just the tree. I do like that piece. That might become a larger piece later on. Hopefully I'm done tweaking on it. As I said before, it still has an awful lot of color. I've muted down these colors back here to keep this part right in here the brightest part. Okay, just a few more tweaks. I toned down this tree right here. The value of this tree and this tree previously were the same value, so it's like I still want the eye to be right in here, not here and here. I think I warmed this up a little bit, added a little more yellow-green here. This was looking a little bit dull. And okay, maybe it's done now. This area was very, very light earlier. the camera is making it even a little more contrasty in light. But I felt like this was definitely too light in this corner. This shape, these little kitty cat ears, I'm going to have to deal with that a little bit somehow or another. Get rid of that. Anyway, now it's almost done. Okay, I swear I'm done now. I'm looking at this piece and I'm thinking there's an awful lot of information in here. The piece is like 9 by 12. I think it could become a large oil painting. I think if I made it really large, my brush strokes would be stronger, it wouldn't look quite as picky. Or even a large pastel, an 18 by 24, which would frame as a 24 by 30. That would work too. So this is Upper Indian Creek, and I think it's done. Hope you enjoyed it.